Joe Burrow, how did he get out of that one? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. First pitch swinging. He crushes it. Deep left field. Goal! And India whacks one to left. Hit a ton. Play back. Goal! And there he goes. Jamar Chase to the end zone for the touchdown. Still didn't get him. Oh, my goodness. How did he get away? In double coverage is Jamar Chase.
Cincinnati Reds.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Five Wide Podcast. I'm your host, Gunnar Shockley, joined by my co-hosts
AJ Creech,
Kyle Hoffman,
Alec Christian,
and Gavin Gorsuch.
We have a great show for you guys today. Our topics today are going to be Bengals prospects at NFL Combine, what did the Bengals do at 28, Reds prospects at spring training, March Madness bracketology, and most miscellaneous for last segment, whatever we feel like talking about. So just get into it. So the NFL Combine has been going on since about last week. Yesterday was tight ends, receivers. Is that all that was there?
I thought quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks, yeah, that's true.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah, quarterbacks. Today there's been tackles, guards, running backs, I believe. So, obviously, I would say the Bengals' three biggest needs are probably tackle, tight end, interior lineman, and corner.
Yeah.
You guys would all agree about that?
I agree. Preferably,
Yeah.
tight end and corner, definitely.
Yeah. So, at 28, I've been going through, the PFF, mock draft simulator. There's lots of different ways they can do it. I've seen lots of people on Twitter talk about how they could trade back, because there'll be plenty of, premium players available. And I think by now DeJuan Jones, do you guys think DeJuan Jones will be there at 28?
No.
I think he will.
No.
Think he will?
Yeah.
I might. Yeah, maybe he might be. Yeah.
I just don't see us drafting O linemen in the first round. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
I'd rather address secondary needs.
Definitely.
Michael Mayer at tight
Michael
end.
Mayer.
Out of Notre
Yeah,
Dame.
we need Mayer. 100%.
Michael Mayer season.
There were plenty of tight end prospects that tested very well at the combine. They've always said how this class is super deep with tight ends. They said last year's tight end 2 would be this year's tight end 8 or something.
I can't remember the last time we had a tight end stag draft class.
That's true. Yeah.
I can remember the last time. Sorry to cut you off. I can remember the last time the Bengals had a real dominant vertical threat tight end.
Yeah. Tyler Eifert.
He was all. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was up there.
If injuries didn't derail his career, he could have been multiple All Pros, multiple Pro Bowls, Bengals Ring of Honor type of guy. But yeah, and he was a first round pick too. I think I had it.
He was also out of Notre Dame, if I'm not.
Yeah, that's true. People have been comparing them a lot.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Eifert was out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, same with Michael Mayer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Kincaid
The guy from
falling into
Utah.
the second round
I like
either.
the guy from Utah.
Utah,
Receiving
Kincaid.
yard leader.
Yeah,
last
I like
season.
Kincaid a lot. He played really well in the Rose Bowl against Ohio State last season.
That's true. I just don't think his blocking is that great. I've seen film on him, and his blocking is subpar than what the Bengals should be looking at. I don't know if you guys saw that the guy from Old Dominion who transferred from Penn State scored a 10 on his RAS score. So which is number one all time. Yeah. So I honestly haven't seen any film on him, but obviously that's pretty good. I think he's 6 foot. Yeah, I have him on here as 6'7" from his combine scores. I don't have his 40-yard dash. I believe it was a 4.55 though, which is super good for a tight end. So who knows? I know obviously, Drew Sample had an 8.99 RAS score. And they,
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I would have guessed he had a 2 or something.
Yeah.
Because, whenever they drafted him, it was just blocking tight end. So, you hear blocking tight end, it's they're not athletic or anything. But, you put a 8.99, and that led him to be drafted in the second round over DK Metcalf and other people.
Creed Humphreys.
Creed Humphrey.
I love Creed Humphrey.
Me too.
Imagine
Creed Humphreys is a
Imagine
fantastic
Joe Burrow
center.
with
Creed
DK
Humphrey,
Metcalf.
yeah.
Oh,
or Creed
shit.
Humphrey as his center. I mean, I like Ted Karras a lot.
I don't know how
Ted Karras
DK
is-
Metcalf fell so far in that draft because his combine was crazy.
Well, I thought that originally he was supposed to be like fourth round or fifth round, and his combine is what shot him up the draft boards. Like, I don't think he was ever like I didn't know who like he was until the combine. Honestly,
Did he have off the field issues?
No.
Who was his quarterback at Ole Miss?
I don't know.
I have no idea. The guy from Last Chance U. That was.
I don't know.
Was that ages ago?
I'm about to look that up actually.
I know he was drafted in 2019. DK was. I don't know who his quarterback was.
Okay, so if we're looking at Ole Miss quarterbacks, Dart was this year.
Corral was. year before.
Yeah, Matt Corral was last year. Who was before that? I couldn't tell you that. I couldn't tell you that. But that begs the question: who the Bengals take at 28? Does Mayer last that long? You would think so, right?
If Bijan,
Nobody would take a tight end. Well,
Bijan, Mayer, if neither of them are there, I want to.
I mean, the way Darnell Washington looked, and like he put up a 9.9 at the combine for his score, like in his I don't know if you guys saw like him doing the sled blocking, like he looked so more like fluid and like dominant blocking than like every other tight end prospect. Like if the Bengals draft Darnell Washington, I think you're basically getting an offensive tackle that can also like run routes and catch passes. Like
What pick is he projected to get?
Darnell
He
Washington
was like second round.
I didn't see him in the
After
first round in the
yesterday,
mock
who
drafts
knows?
that I looked at.
Yeah, I don't think Michael Mayer is like tight end 1 anymore for lots of teams. Like, obviously you're getting a guy who has great game film. He's probably like a guy that, maybe his tangibles or whatever don't really pop out, but he plays very well in the games.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, Hayden Hurst had a pretty good season as well this season.
Yeah.
So
if we can get him on a good deal, I'd say we re-sign him.
I agree.
Yeah. It was like the Bengals like history of drafting tight ends. So they drafted only a handful since 2010.
Damn.
2 in the first round. Jermaine Gresham was in the first round. Tyler Eifert in the first round. They got Tyler Croft. They actually drafted 2 tight ends in 2015. They got Tyler Croft in the 3rd round and Uzama in the 5th round.
Tyler Croft.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Jermaine Gresham. I haven't heard that name in years.
Yeah, he was decent. I remember my biggest memory about Jermaine Gresham was that Andy Dalton like overthrew him on Thursday Night Football against the Browns that one year when it was like the worst loss ever. Like they're like, oh yeah, you can overthrow a 6'7" tight end, or I don't know. But yeah, me and Alec were talking about Mason Schreck last night. You guys like remember Mason Schreck at all? I didn't.
I've not heard that name.
He was actually like on the roster of the when we went to the
Super Bowl. Yeah, he played I think 2 or 3 games that year, which was surprising because I forgot he was a 7th round pick in 2017. He put up a 7.87 RAS score.
He just never saw the field.
Yeah, I think actually in 2020 he played like almost every game, which I don't know, but he had like he had like one or 2 targets. So I don't know. I mean, 6'4", I'd have to use him as a fullback or anything. That is kind of small for a tight end. It's actually, besides Orson Charles, who is the smallest tight end they've drafted since 2010. Orson Charles was another name I didn't remember at all. He was a 2012 draft pick.
I haven't heard that name. So, Gunnar, if you're Duke Tobin, who are you taking at 28?
28. I don't know. I would say, like you gotta like draft skill guys. I think there's the most important positions right now. I think you can also find pretty good tackles late in the draft. And I think really they should probably fill that need through free agency first. I think a right tackle like Jawan Taylor or somebody. And I would go with Deontay Banks at 28. He tested very well. His film was very good. He had one of his best games against Ohio State and C.J. Stroud. He was going to be a top 5 quarterback or top 5 draft pick anyways, probably in the draft. And you have Awuzie on the last year of his contract coming off of a knee injury. You have a second-year corner.
Taylor Britt.
Yeah, I feel like they haven't re-signed Eli Apple, so at least not yet.
I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
wasn't there like something how they were about to like trade like Mixon or who was it else like Higgins? I thought there was something going around that they were about to trade them or something.
Yeah, there was like baseless rumors started by like bums at PFF
Yeah.
or something that like it was just because like they think that like the Bengals can't pay anybody.
Yeah.
I saw something on Twitter about.